What's going on, everybody? Frank Knight here with my man,
Brian Malkowitz.
Bam, and we're gonna break down the brand new Star Wars Rebels Season 2 Part 2 trailer that just dropped today. This thing has
Probably
all kinds of awesomeness in it.
Probably one of the craziest Star Wars trailers we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, like right now we open up with what any Star Wars nerd ever will be like, that's a Sith temple. It is a giant pyramid with red. That makes it Sith.
Does this sit in, as we get further into the trailer, we'll, find that it is definitely indeed
Yep.
Sith related.
Crazy red lightning bolt. Don't know what it is, but it's terrifying.
Because that's like part of the theme of the trailer here too, is we're getting a lot of hints about Ezra and his connection to the dark side.
Yeah, as we go through, we're gonna see like him getting sort of be seduced by the dark side.
Yeah, let's actually find that point where he's being seduced by a certain individual.
Oh, we're gonna jump right into it.
We're driving right into it. We're gonna go
crazy
out of
reveals
order here.
this.
We're gonna.
So if you watch this on like your phone in a brightly lit room or something, maybe you didn't make out the details of this crazy hooded figure.
Okay. Before we go to the hooded figure, though,
Okay.
let's talk about this.
The Sith Temple close-up shot with shattered sky.
Yeah, so we were thinking this is like a space, this is like out in space around a planet with a night starry sky, but
Yeah, but then as you notice, like right at the tip of this temple is what appears to be kind of like broken glass type thing. So do we have the dome city of Korriban? Like
yeah, so I'm assuming that crack is that shatter is caused by that huge red lightning bolt we had at the beginning of the trailer. But we're gonna go inside the temple here,
yeah.
and see
So
Ezra.
there's Ezra with the Sith holocron.
So this is them obviously trying to understand their enemies. So they're playing with dangerous fire here. But we got
And here he is.
look at this guy.
This is Old Master.
Now this is undeniably
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's got the diamond shapes on the nose, the V, black makeup on the nose. Everything about this is Darth Maul.
Yeah, we have not only do we have traditional Darth Maul face paint, but we also have what sounds to be the voice actor of Darth Maul from the Clone Wars.
Yeah, Sam Witwer sounds like he's coming back to play this wonderful character that I'm glad they're bringing back after his disappearance in Son of Dathomir.
So it looks like we will have a conclusion to his storyline in some way, which is
And
super great.
he might be looking for a new apprentice.
Yeah,
And it almost looks like Ezra's caving a bit.
it does.
He looks like he's bowing.
I'm really excited
acceptance?
about the idea of maybe like Ezra having a dark side turn, and we have like some crazy drama break out in the show. Ezra kills Kanan or something. All crazy goes.
Kill Kanan before he becomes a Jedi Knight. He's still technically a Padawan. Okay.
So this is an interesting shot. When I first saw this, I was like, is this like the Maw or the Rishi Maze or something?
Yeah.
Is this like a ton of mini galaxies?
Yeah, but so it doesn't look like a mini galaxy because I mean, going based off of actual, portion of size, like proportionate.
Yeah, that
like,
ship is
that's
very large in comparison.
too close.
It has to be like right up there.
Yeah.
So you were saying you were thinking maybe like storms on a gas giant, like
like a
the
gas
red spot on
giant.
Jupiter or something like that.
Yeah, it could be like like some sort of gas giant like Bespin or something. I doubt this is really Bespin, but this looks like a swirling storm like you see on Jupiter. Even more so on this shot here, you got a bunch of like storms swirling. It looks like hurricanes. This looks like the spots on Jupiter.
Yeah.
Looks like that's what they're flying to,
So
maybe to get away from something.
maybe this is the planet where we find this Sith temple. On maybe hidden on this
Right.
this crazy storm-covered planet is this tiny Sith temple.
We want to hit the hard ones here. So going back to Ezra having a connection to the dark side, this is him.
Yeah, it looks like he's touching like the front of
He's
the
touching
Sith
an
temple.
obelisk, something that looks like it activates the Sith temple, and that's what we're getting here. It's like, is Ezra's connection to the dark side deeper than we think it is?
Yeah, it's very very interesting.
Yeah. Zeb is not alone in the
We have
universe.
old lady Zeb.
Yeah.
Whatever we want to call her.
Yeah. So it looks like Zeb's not all alone. Maybe his mother.
I mean,
Doesn't
grandmother.
have to be.
Let's be nice to Zeb. Grandmother.
Yeah, but we don't know how old he is. We don't know how old male Lasats look like. This could totally be. But so this part is where you get the feels.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you're a Clone Wars fan.
This is another wonderful return from the Clone Wars. This sounds a lot like it's Matt Lanter returning as Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. So here we have Matt Lanter as Anakin talking to Ahsoka, looking through, force talking between the minds, because we're not hearing James Earl Jones's Vader in this scene.
Yeah, we're hearing Anakin.
We're
Clone
hearing
Wars
Anakin Skywalker talking to Ahsoka, wondering where she went, and then finally facing off, and then skipping to the end, we see them battling it out.
So I'm wondering if this is maybe, since we are in this weird dark side space, is this like a Dagobah like force vision? Like it seems like she was meditating,
Right.
and there seems to be some Vader fighting. So is this the real showdown? Is this the real like
And
one
I
shall
don't think
stand,
it's the
one
real.
shall fall moment?
I doubt they'll they'll reveal the final showdown in this, because this looks like a single episode, right? Where I think that this whole like Sith Temple is going to be one episode, and I think that's what this is going to be part of, because we have the front part of this, the middle part of this, and the end part of this trailer is all in this Sith Temple. I think it's going to be like basically just based off of one episode.
That could be possible. I'm also, I would love them to spend like 10 episodes at the Sith Temple.
Oh, that'd be great.
Really down to
That'd be
just
great.
spend as much time as you want there. There's also a separate location in this, which is the like Matrix Kung Fu Dojo.
Matrix Kung Fu Dojo. Let's get up.
Yep.
There we go. I guess.
So we see.
Skip a little back more because we see a little bit more of it, I believe. Here we go.
There we go. Here's our introductory shot. So we have one of the Jedi Temple guards from Clone Wars, another returning character. This time without all the flowing robes, much more armor, but that same kind of weird, bendable, staffy thing.
So in this scene, he's also even talking more about the dark side calling to Ezra. So we'll skip a little ahead more to where we see the dojo. Some good good shots of some old-timey lightsabers here.
Yep, we got traditional lightsabers. Fun fact: the one at the upper left with the little gold trim belonged to Mace Windu in Episode 1: The Phantom Menace.
How did they recover it? I wonder. After he fell out the window.
So it's not the one he had when he died. It's the one he had in Episode 1.
Oh, okay.
So
there we go.
I don't know what he did with that lightsaber.
He must have just hung it up and said, I'm done with it.
But yeah, Kane now dual wielding. We got a red lightsaber, and we have this lightsaber.
Looks oddly familiar.
Yep. It's definitely a lot more improved than Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
Yeah, Kylo Ren's has all
traditional
these
blades,
exposed wire and all that such, but it's still probably a cracked crystal, and that's why it needs those exhaust ports. But
these don't seem like exhaust ports. They don't seem as intermittent.
It doesn't seem, because
it seems like
it doesn't look
much more intentional.
It doesn't have that
crackly,
that
unstable blade kind of thing
look to it that
Kylo Ren has.
But in that sense, I wonder what the design choice was for that.
I love that now we have canon Jedi crossguard sabers.
Yeah.
So I can go out and buy one right now and be like, I can be a good guy. Oh, and there we go. We have one more little thing. We have some Mandalorians popping in. So we have the return of cool Mandalorian armors. So I have no idea what they're here to do.
No idea.
On the internets recently, Dave Filoni, the creator of the show, mentioned that Death Watch might be returning from Clone Wars.
If that's part of it, then
so
great.
Maybe they're part of Death Watch or just some other Mandalorians. But either way, the more Mandos, the better.
Right. So another thing I want to talk about
is the
return of
the elephant in the room.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
So that is Ralph McQuarrie's version of Yoda.
Yeah. Yoda makes a comeback, kind of. Obviously sitting on a tree on Dagobah, but not really.
Yeah, this is a weird, definitely like a forced communication.
Yeah, because if we skip forward a little bit more, we see Ezra kneeling. Not on this one. Let's see. Actually, I think it's back a little more.
Yeah, so we see a two-shot,
there it is.
And Ezra's in his own glowing circle, and Yoda seems to be on a tree stump or a root or something from Dagobah.
Right. So they're interacting, but not really interacting. So this is a good way for Yoda to keep himself hidden,
but it still communicate with people.
While communicating
and it
with
does
the
kind of
Jedis.
make sense because in Empire, Yoda was talking about how he was watching over Luke this entire time. He's like, always the future you paid attention to and all that stuff. So he seems to be paying attention to all of the Force users that are still alive and following them. He's not interacting too heavily with them. He can't go out and save them, but at least he's tracking down where everybody is and trying to help as he can.
Right. I think that's pretty much most of the good stuff. I mean, we got the Jedi Guard.
We have the Jedi Temple Guards fighting all of these wonderful...
Oh, you know what? And speaking of the Inquisitors...
Yeah, and speaking of the Inquisitors...
We'll go back here.
Most of these shots have, the same two Inquisitors have been important all season, but this one has 3 Inquisitors.
Yeah, so we have a 3rd Inquisitor. I was speculating that it could be the Grand Inquisitor, but he looks a little... the head...
The head looks a little shorter than a Mun.
Yeah.
It's a super cool looking helmet anyways, but I'm every time we get more kind of Sith-like characters, I'm excited.
Yeah. Sith-like.
Sith-like. The Inquisitor is not exactly Sith, but
but they're still
close
very
enough for
much
cosplay.
Force sensitive. But yeah, I can't wait to see who that guy is and what his story is going to be all about.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued at kind of all of the different stuff we have here. And of course we have Princess Leia returning, which
we had her. We had that news.
We thought that was going to be like the big thing, like, oh my God, Leia shows up in Rebels.
Yeah.
But as soon as this trailer dropped, we're like, yeah, Leia shows up in Rebels, and she's a new voice actor, and it's not Carrie Fisher, and that's cool.
It's always a little weird seeing old characters come back with different voices. Like in this one, we're getting Darth Vader, but we keep him as James Earl Jones, which is great.
Yeah.
But
Carrie
not
Fisher
sure
is
Carrie
interesting
Fisher
because
can do her old young
it's
voice
young
anymore.
Carrie Fisher. This is like 15-year-old Carrie Fisher.
Right.
So it's about 5 years before the Death Star rescue.
The teenage angst Leia is what we're gonna get.
But she's still kind of a badass, shooting guns and stuff. This is interesting. So this is Hera's father, correct?
Hera's father, Sham Syndulla, and his faithful sidekick Ishval mostly from that we know them from is from the Lords of the Sith book in the free all about the Free Ryloth movement. But we see Sham and his crew a little bit sometimes
a
in the
couple
Clone
of
Wars.
Clone Wars. There was the Ryloth rebellion stuff.
Right, and which is what the book mostly focuses on, is about the Free Ryloth stuff.
So it's super cool to see an element from the original Clone Wars. Not only
Another
make it to
element,
Rebels,
because we're getting a lot of Rebels.
Yeah,
A lot of Clone Wars
into
stuff
Rebels.
coming back into
But we're
Rebels.
also getting now the books.
Yes.
So this is really interesting. So the other parts of current canon are being folded in, like the books and stuff, and then parts of like the EU are starting to show up. So those ships that we were just looking at with their weird kind of like vertical hammerhead things are very reminiscent of the ships that we're seeing in the Star Wars Old Republic right now, the MMO, and then also the old KOTOR, like Rakatan fleets and all that.
The Infinite Empire.
The Infinite Empire and all that stuff. So it's really interesting to see those little elements come back.
We're getting a lot of EU stuff coming back that once was thought to be nuked in the canon by Disney.
As Ahsoka said, there's truth in Legends.
Yep.
With an S, so I assume that is intentionally referencing what they now call the new kind of EU status, Legends. And there we have our Ralph McCoy Vader comes to. It seems like it's coming to a head in this season. It seems like we're gonna get our standoff, and stuff's gonna get crazy.
It's gonna be awesome.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed our little breakdown and all of the little fine details that we found in this trailer. We're all super excited to see these episodes when they air. And for all your Star Wars nerdiness, keep it locked here on IGN.